Hello grade 2s, and this is a little video on how to create an abstract artwork using a realistic image. And I wanted to start out with asking you to use pencil, and then you will go over it with black marker. Some of you may have a black Crayola marker or a Sharpie or a gray Crayola marker, and then colored markers. You may use a ruler, you may not. So I like to start out by drawing a city street showing very simple drawings. I'm going to draw using my markers so you can see better, but you will start with pencil and then go over it with black marker. So I like to start with a line showing my street. Then I'm going to add simple houses using shapes. And you don't have to use a ruler, you can just draw freehand. That's okay too. And we're going to make it simple. So I'm going to start with a house. I'm going to draw a roof and maybe 2 windows. But I'm going to keep it simple, and the reason is when we color in and add our lines to make this abstract, it's going to be easier to fill in, and you'll see what I mean. I might actually add a chimney here. And then I want to add a tree. So my tree's actually going behind my house. And I want to make sure that I close in all the lines. I don't want to leave anything open. That way when I'm filling in with color, I don't worry about where does that shape end, and I can fill it in without a problem. The next thing I want to do is I think I'm going to draw an apartment, because you might see that on a street. And like I said, I want to keep it simple. I'm not going to draw any lines in the windows. I just want to keep it simple. I'm not even going to add anything to the doors. And right beside it, I might add a different house, or maybe I'm going to add a different kind of tree. And I might add, let's just say I'll add a small house here. Or it can be somebody's garage, and I'll just go like this. And there you have it. There's my simple scene. I might add some things up top like clouds. I might add the sun. And when I add the sun, I want to make sure I'm using shapes and not lines that stick out, because I want my shapes to be filled in with color. And if I use lines, then it doesn't close in. So I think I'm pretty much done, and I think I'm pretty happy with this. And now what you're going to do is, because you did this in pencil, you're going to take your black marker and go over everything so it has a black outline. Okay? After you've outlined it like this, we will now start to draw lines. You may want to use a ruler. You don't have to. I'm going to do freehand. And I'm going to start drawing lines, but I'm thinking about where I want my lines. I don't want to have lines all over the place. I want to really plan my lines. So I'm going to start at the top corner and go all the way down. And I'm kind of making these lines go through my artwork. This is how I turn it into abstract. Now I'm going to go down here. I'm going to take one from there. And then I'm going to do a wavy line. And I'm going to do another wavy line. And I'm going to do a zigzag more. And maybe I'll do an arch line that goes like that. That one needs a little running out of ink. So make sure your markers work before you start. And I think I'm going to add another line here. And maybe one here and one there. And you can see I don't have lines everywhere. I want to still have shapes and spaces to fill in. Okay? So now when it comes to filling in our work, I want you to think about warm and cool colors. So I'm going to take all my cool colors and my warm colors and I'm going to divide them up. And I want you to think about what is a warm color and then what is a cool color. Warm colors make you feel warm and cool colors make you feel cool or remind you of cool things. And here are my two color sets. Okay, so I'm going to start with, and I'm going to decide, I want my background to be, this one can go there, to be warm colors. So I'm going to start with my background. And my background is going to be anything that is not the sun, a house, a tree, an apartment, another tree, and a garage. Those things I'm going to color in using cool colors. You can decide if you want to do your background cool colors and your objects warm colors. That's up to you. So I'm going to start using the warm colors for the background. And here we go. Actually, yeah, no, that's right. And see how I'm coloring only in the shape. I'm not going out any lines. But then I have another rule. I can't do pink here because I don't want pink to be beside pink. So you can use this color over again. You can use the same color, repeat it, but you can't touch them. So I can use pink over here because they're not touching. But I'm staying in between the lines. So anything that doesn't have a line, any shape that I made that doesn't have a line, I'm going to color it in. And I'm going to go over here. See, I'm not going over the lines. I'm staying in, and I'm moving my color around. So none of them will touch. So I won't have this darker pink touch. I'm going to start to fill in here. Oops. And one thing I want you to know is if you have too much space, like, you know, maybe this is too much space to color in, but I could take my marker if I wanted to, and I could draw a line there, or maybe I'll make it go all the way up there. Because it's a lot of coloring in one color, so I can change that. I'm going to put that up here. So you can always add the extra line if you want. And yes, my sun isn't going to be regular sun colors, but that's okay. It's not realistic. It's more abstract. You can turn your paper around if it's easier to color in. And sometimes I like to color with a paper underneath so I don't get it on my table or anything. And I think I am done my background. And I was very careful to try and not do it. Oh, I missed a little spot. But I was very careful to try and be thinking about where I was filling in the color. And it's really starting to come out. Now I'm going to switch to my cool colors. here we are finished. And you can see that my picture is now abstract and it started out realistic. So I followed the rules that I used warm and cool colors. I chose to do my background with warm colors and I did the objects with cool colors. You can switch it around. You can do cool colors for the background and warm colors for your objects. And you can draw anything that's realistic and turn it into abstract. As long as you don't add too many little details, because then it's harder to see all the lines. But it looks quite amazing, and I can't wait to see your finished work. Good luck!